Scams are hitting real estate, and you can stop them. Accounting changes create opportunities for you, and pending contracts are headed up. These stories and more on The Voice for Real Estate. Hi, I'm Stephen Gasquet with the National Association of Realtors. Identity theft. It's all over the news. We think it can't happen to us, but real estate is becoming a tempting target for cyber fraud scammers. They're trying to steal the money involved in buying a home. And that's why NAR and the Federal Trade Commission have teamed up to post an alert on the FTC website. The alert reveals how scammers work. First, they find a way to break into the email account of someone involved in the transaction: the consumer, the real estate agent, the lender, or the title agent. Then, by reading emails related to the transaction, they learn the scheduled closing date. And using a similar email address, they instruct the buyer to send the money to a different account, the scammer's account. And the money is gone. David Vladek at the Federal Trade Commission has more on these types of wire transfer scams.
What we're trying to tell the public is, if you're ever asked to wire money to someone, stop, think, and make sure that the person that you think you're sending money to is someone who's legitimate, someone who in fact is someone who you have a pre-existing relationship with.
But here's an example of how one real estate company is fighting back. Keller Williams Heritage Realty in San Antonio and Dallas requires all clients to sign a notice warning them of the potential for email fraud and directing them not to follow any instructions to transmit money by email. And up next, accounting changes that might affect your commercial real estate clients. For 2 decades, the Financial Accounting Standards Board has been working on changes on how businesses account for assets and liabilities on their balance sheets. Some of these changes will take effect starting in 2019, and that's expected to make many businesses rethink how much real estate they want to own or lease. The time to start learning about these accounting changes and how they could affect your commercial clients is right now, because businesses will not be waiting until 2019 to start planning their strategies. NAR's Stephanie Spear has more.
So overall, the new standard is going to force businesses to reevaluate their physical space needs and how they approach that. So a company that has a lot of leases might condense them or might buy space. So it's a great opportunity for a realtor to work with his or her partners in the accounting side and work with clients to make good decisions.
You can learn more about this issue in a video from NAR Government Affairs. You'll find it on Realtor.org. Now, every real estate professional knows appraisers are not home inspectors. And yet, FHA is asking appraisers to do more tasks that NAR believes are more appropriately assigned to home inspectors. For example, it's asking appraisers to test and report on how well appliances are working, like the stove and dishwasher. Those changes are found in the FHA's latest handbook on single-family mortgage loan programs. NAR's Seher Siddiqui has more.
The changes are causing confusion among real estate agents and home buyers, and we're hearing that appraisers are in many cases increasing their fees or even choosing not to do the appraisal at all. This creates disadvantages for many home buyers, in particular first-time home buyers who rely on FHA mortgage financing.
One simple but important change would be to add language making it clear that appraisals are not home inspections. Good news on home sales. NAR's latest data shows pending home sales are up 3.5% from the previous month, and they're higher than they were a year ago also. That suggests we could have a solid spring market in 2016. NAR Chief Economist Lawrence Yun has more.
This is a good number. So there has been some volatility in overall housing data, but this is saying that the momentum is coming back. It is matching up with last year's February number, which is a good read about the spring buying season. And we had a very good spring buying season in 2015. This year could be very similar to in activity. So this is a good pickup in momentum factor that housing market will be positive, perhaps modestly, but positive.
Later this month, NAR will be releasing its latest existing home sales figures, so we'll keep you updated on that. And that's our show for the week of April 4th. You can get more on everything we talked about today at the Voice for Real Estate page on Realtor.org. Thank you for joining us, and be sure to join us again as we bring you the latest news on the Voice for Real Estate. Brought to you by the National Association of Realtors, your advocate for housing and property rights in Washington, across America, and in your neighborhood. This is the Voice for Real Estate.